Next, let's talk about the different types of online advertising fraud for search. You have account fraud and credit card fraud. This happens at the front door. You have click fraud, and then you have malware. These are the three types of search marketing fraud that my team deals with all the time. The first one we'll talk about quickly is account and credit card fraud. It's all about laundering stolen credit cards. So the carders who go ahead and steal or buy in these dark black forms that are hard to get into because they're well monitored, they don't want the FBI infiltrating them, they don't want to have the spotlight on them. But you can trade, you can buy stolen credit cards, and now not just the credit card number, but the address and the CVV2 number, which supposedly was invented to stop the ability to use the card unless you had the physical card, but that's not even the case anymore. So what they do is when they get these cards, they need to get something out of it. So they go on, they create an account as a self-serve advertiser, then they bid, let's say ringtones at $300 a click, which is an outrageous sum, which no one else, no legitimate advertiser would actually do, but they don't care, it's not their money. And so they flood their results are always on the top. And so real legitimate customers who want ringtones click on them, and then they go to the site, and they're actually typically they buy a real product, but the click fraud, the stolen card person uses an affiliate program to get revenue off of every one of those sales. So they're able to take, for every $100 in stolen credit cards, they can get maybe 30 bucks out of it. So to them, that's a profitable business. Another problem we have in this area is hijacking trusted current accounts. So if you have Procter & Gamble, they're not self-service, they have a huge account team, they're invoiced. If their account is compromised and no one catches it soon enough, they have a credit limit that's basically unlimited. And the bad guys do the same thing. They go in and change all the keywords and all the bids, and then again, lead the traffic to where they want to go, to affiliate programs and AdSense pages where they can make money off of advertising, etc. And then finally, using high bid prices to create instant traffic, and that is an extension of the other two. So they get that instant traffic because they're at the top of the list, referring to the trusted pillars of trust. By the fact that you're at the top ad gives the people a sense of that since you're at the top, you must be one of the better companies I can trust. So they get this instant traffic, and the consumers, in the most part, don't get screwed over unless there's malware on that landing page, and then they do, which I'll talk about in malware. So that's account and credit card fraud. Malware is another issue, and malware is used, it's the seed or the fruit from the poisonous tree. When malware is spread, a lot of time from display advertising, it creates, and any one of your machines could be a bot. They create bots that become part of a botnet. So how that works is the bad guy, through a Trojan horse, whether it's a toolbar or free screensavers, when you download a toolbar, it dumps this malware onto your machine, and over time it creates a whole army of machines that have this code of this virus on the machine. Now it's not doing anything to you, it's not stealing your personal information, but it's just sitting there ready to be activated. Then this guy, he gets into business. Now that he's made them all bots, he then puts on these dark forums, he offers his services. He says, I have 100,000 node botnet, who wants need of it? It's popular with spammers, but more and more it's being used by click fraudsters. And they'll pay $1,000 for X amount of clicks created from this botnet. So this is how botnets are created, and this is why we fight malware, why it's so important in our business. And then finally, well, not finally, but the case study is about a different type of click fraud. But in publisher click fraud, what happens here is you have the advertiser, they give the ad to the search engine. Search engine then sends it off to the syndicators, which display the ad in their content pages. And if they run out of spots to put ads, they pull in the sub-syndicators to provide traffic. And for most of them, they're legitimate. They're green light, users are clicking on those ads, they're getting the value that they paid for. But every once in a while, these sub-syndicators will not be legitimate. And so they're using a botnet, or it's a bad ad. So when the traffic comes back aggregately, it looks good, it's green. And so the advertisers pay what they're supposed to do based on that reported number of clicks. And you can see they're paying in rupees here. They pay the marketplace, and then in turn, the marketplace pays the split, the 80% of the 80-20, to the syndicators, and then they split that with the sub-syndicator, so the bad guy actually collects money. There's a lot of money to be made because when you're sending money out the door, that is a big incentive for somebody to try to grab onto it. And the second we send that out the door, we'll never see it again. So our job as a team is to catch that before that money goes out the door to pay these bad guys.